Checkmate. That's exactly what FICO just said to the credit bureaus. I know you're familiar with FICO. This is how this affects your credit score, and it could be for the good if you totally understand how to take your credit to the next level. Listen, FICO is changing the game, and this is what they just did. They really put a hurting on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and this could be a good thing. So here's some of the key points I want to cover up. The Fair Isaac introduces new pricing model allowing mortgage lenders to directly access FICO scores, bypassing the credit bureaus. They're not going to like that. Lenders can now pay Fair Isaac $33 per borrower per score upon loan closure, avoiding credit bureau markups. Fair Isaac shares rise sharply while TransUnion and Equifax tumble. So TransUnion and Equifax has already felt the hit of what FICO is doing. This is what you need to understand. You got to understand those 5 factors. I'll link a video to this basically so you can understand how those 5 factors work, because this is what puts you in a position of power when it comes to FICO. If FICO is going to take the lead and say, okay, I'm no longer making people have to go through the middleman, jump through hoops in order to access scores, they can come directly through me, directly through who the bureaus or who the lenders want to see the scores from anyway, then this needs to put you in a position so that you understand how FICO operates. It's all about understanding how the person in power thinks and what things tick or move the needle for them. So with FICO, it's all about the 5 factors. I talk about it often and all the time, and I'll make sure that you have an understanding of it when I link the free credit class that breaks it down thoroughly so you know what it takes to get an 850 credit score. Absolutely, because the FICO scoring model typically goes up to 850. Some of them go up to 900. But if you understand what I'm saying in this video as well as the future video, then it positions you to dominate if FICO is going to take the lead. So let's dive in. Shares of Fair Isaac. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do in order to access the free credit class. But shares of the Fair Isaac went up and were surging Thursday after the credit scoring company unveiled new pricing models that will allow mortgage lenders to calculate and distribute FICO scores directly to borrowers. Lenders currently rely on 3 nationwide credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, to provide FICO scores. The bureaus pay a wholesale fee of $4.95 per score, but the score resellers can now choose to bypass the credit bureaus through the different direct license options. Fair Isaac, which is FICO performance-based model, allows companies to pay the usual $4.95 fee plus $33 per borrower per score when a FICO score loan is closed. A second option allows lenders to pay $10 per score, which Fair Isaac says is the average price charged by credit bureaus. Direct licensing of FICO score brings transparency, competition, and cost efficiency to the mortgage lending process, said Fair Isaac CEO. This change eliminates unnecessary markups on the FICO score and puts pricing model choice in the hands of those who use FICO scores to drive mortgage decisions. Fair Isaac stock was rising 20% in pre-market trading, making it by far the top performer in the S&P 500. The stock was on pace for its largest single-day gain since November 10, 2022, according to Dow Jones market data. Equifax and TransUnion tumbled 9.6% and 10% respectively, while Experian was down 4.4% in London trading. So Experian felt the hit as well, but Equifax and TransUnion just felt it the hardest. But you have to understand the 5 factors. It lets you know that when it comes to credit, you can have about 550 points available to you. 550 points. So how do you get as many of the 550 points available? If everybody has a baseline of 300 and you can go up to 850, that's where the 550 comes from. That said, how do you tap into that? Well, it all boils down to payment history. It all boils down to credit utilization. It all boils down to credit history, credit mix, and new credit. And the video link down below will break that down to a science so you can understand exactly what you need to do in order to take full control of your credit. So that way, as FICO is about to take the lead, you're in a good position. And it's actually a good thing. So FICO is destroying these other credit bureaus, but it does not have to destroy your score. It all depends on you taking action and thoroughly understanding the formula to excellent credit.